Have you ever felt like you're giving so much to everyone around you, but in the process, you're neglecting yourself? As we grow older, especially beyond 65, we often prioritize the needs of others, our families, our jobs, and even our communities, while sacrificing our well-being. But here's the thing. What happens when we lose sight of our self-respect, health, dreams, values, and happiness for the sake of others? The truth is, when we sacrifice these 5 essential things, we risk losing the very essence of who we are and the life we deserve. In this video, I'm going to show you why you must never compromise on these key pillars of your life. By the end, you'll understand why your self-respect, health, dreams, values, and happiness need to remain non-negotiable, no matter how much you love those around you. You'll learn how to prioritize yourself without feeling guilty, and how to set boundaries that will protect your peace, joy, and health for years to come. But that's not all. You'll discover the power of honoring yourself and why doing so will not only enhance your own life, but also make you a beacon of inspiration to others. From understanding the importance of self-respect to realizing how protecting your health and dreams can transform your life, you'll gain valuable insights that can change the way you approach the challenges of aging and the way you treat yourself. Stick with me until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll be ready to make the kind of changes that lead to a more vibrant, fulfilling life, no matter your age. So grab a seat, take a deep breath, and let's dive into why it's never too late to start putting yourself first. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. Self-respect. The first thing you must never, under any circumstances, sacrifice for anyone is your self-respect. It is the cornerstone of your identity, the unshakable foundation upon which your self-worth is built. Without it, every other aspect of your life, your confidence, happiness, and sense of purpose, becomes fragile, susceptible to the whims of others. Too often, people mistake self-respect for pride, but the two couldn't be more different. Pride is born of the ego. It's loud, desperate, and demands validation from others. Pride thrives on appearances and seeks to prove something to the outside world. Look at me. Admire me. See my worth through your eyes. It drives you to create a facade, to build a pedestal for others to look up to, but its foundation is hollow. One critical word, one rejection, and it comes crashing down. Self-respect, on the other hand, is quiet but unyielding. It comes from within, rooted in how you perceive yourself, not in how others perceive you. It is about honoring your worth and maintaining a strong relationship with yourself, even when the world tries to shake your confidence. Self-respect is the voice that whispers, "I deserve better," when you're being mistreated. It's the inner strength that allows you to walk away from situations, relationships, or environments that undermine your dignity. It's the silent power that keeps you grounded, even in the face of storms that threaten to break you. When you lose your self-respect, it's not something you can easily regain. It slips away little by little, often without you noticing. It starts with small compromises, letting someone speak to you in a way that makes you uncomfortable, agreeing to things that go against your values, or staying silent when your boundaries are crossed. Before you know it, those small sacrifices snowball into something much bigger, and you wake up one day not recognizing the person in the mirror. You wonder how you became someone who tolerates what you once swore you never would. We've all seen it happen. Perhaps you've lived it yourself. Too often, people give up their self-respect in the name of keeping the peace, avoiding conflict, or making someone else happy. They stay in relationships where they are undervalued, accept jobs where they are disrespected, and settle for lives that don't reflect who they truly are. And why? Because they're afraid of being alone, afraid of confrontation, afraid of stepping into the unknown. The trap is easy to fall into. You tell yourself it's temporary, that you'll endure it for now. You think, if I just give a little more, things will change. But here's the harsh truth. The more you allow people to take advantage of you, the more they will. The more you compromise your self-respect, the more you begin to believe that this is all you're worth. And that is where the danger lies. When you start to settle, you lose sight of the incredible value you bring to the table. Here's an unshakable truth. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will. People will treat you according to the standard you set for yourself. If you allow others to disrespect, manipulate, or undervalue you, you are silently telling them that it's acceptable. And the world will take note. It's a harsh lesson, but one that is vital to learn. The moment you compromise your self-respect, you open the door for others to exploit it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Self-respect is about boundaries. Firm, unapologetic boundaries. Yet so many people fear setting them. They worry they'll be seen as selfish, difficult, or unkind. They fear losing relationships or opportunities if they stand their ground. But here's something you need to understand. The people who truly value you will respect your boundaries. And those who don't, they don't deserve a place in your life. It's that simple. Walking away is never easy. Whether it's leaving a toxic relationship, quitting a demeaning job, or distancing yourself from friends who don't appreciate you, the decision is painful. It requires courage to step into the unknown and to risk the comfort of the familiar for the possibility of something better. But ask yourself this, what's the greater pain? Staying in a situation that drains your spirit and erodes your self-worth? Or taking the first step toward reclaiming your dignity? Think about the times you stayed silent when someone hurt you, the moments you swallowed your discomfort to keep the peace, or the nights you lay awake questioning your choices. Maybe it was a partner who belittled you, a boss who disrespected you, or a friend who took you for granted. In those moments, you might have told yourself, it's not that bad, or I can handle it. But deep down, you knew better. Each time, a piece of your self-respect chipped away, leaving behind a quiet ache that grew harder to ignore. Over time, this erosion becomes unbearable. It starts to affect every aspect of your life. Your confidence, your happiness, and your relationships. You begin to see yourself through the eyes of those who mistreat you, and the world starts to feel heavy. But here's the truth you must hold on to. You are worth more than this. You are deserving of love, respect, and kindness, not just from others, but from yourself. Self-respect is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the foundation upon which your happiness and success are built. Without it, even the most fulfilling achievements will feel hollow. But with it, you can face the world with strength, grace, and unwavering confidence. Protect it fiercely, honor it daily, and never, ever sacrifice it for anyone or anything. I understand exactly how it feels. I've been there too, caught in a whirlwind of ambition, so determined to prove my worth that I accepted things I should never have allowed. Early in my career, I was so desperate to succeed, so hungry for validation, that I became blind to my value. I let people trample over my boundaries, belittle my ideas, and treat me as though I were invisible. I endured cutting remarks, dismissive attitudes, and subtle digs at my abilities. Why? Because I told myself it was part of the journey, that paying my dues meant swallowing my pride and enduring the unbearable. But the truth was, every instance chipped away at me. The more I tolerated, the more I felt like a shadow of myself. I began doubting everything. My talent, my capabilities, my very purpose. I questioned if I was even good enough to chase my dreams. The weight of it was suffocating, yet I pushed through, convincing myself this was the only way. Until one day, I paused and looked at the person staring back at me in the mirror. I barely recognized myself. Somewhere along the way, I traded my self-respect for the approval of people who never deserved my energy in the first place. That moment changed everything. I knew I had to reclaim my value, not for anyone else, but for myself. Reclaiming your self-respect is not an easy road. It's messy, painful, and often isolating. People won't always applaud your decision to set boundaries. Some will resist and accuse you of being difficult, selfish, or ungrateful. But here's a fundamental truth. Anyone who cannot respect your boundaries does not respect you. And if they don't respect you, they have no place in your life. It's that simple and that profound. Self-respect is the foundation upon which your entire life is built. It influences how you see yourself, how others treat you, and what you attract into your world. When you honor your worth, you stop settling for mediocrity. You stop accepting disrespect, mistreatment, and anything that feels less than you deserve. You'll notice a shift, a powerful one. You'll draw in people who appreciate you, opportunities that align with your values, and experiences that enrich your life. The truth is, you deserve better. You deserve to be treated with kindness, dignity, and respect. You deserve a life where your voice matters and where you feel valued simply for being who you are. But none of this can happen unless you take the first step. Valuing yourself is not about waiting for others to see your worth. It's about owning your worth. It begins with you. Start by treating yourself as your most cherished companion. Speak to yourself with love and encouragement, the way you would to someone you deeply care about. Take care of your mind, body, and soul. Celebrate even the smallest victories, because they matter. Show up for yourself every day. Whether it's nourishing your body with healthy food, resting when you need it, or saying no to something that doesn't feel right, these actions send a clear message: I am worthy. Neglecting yourself, constantly criticizing your efforts, or sacrificing your needs sends the opposite message. Not just to others, but to yourself. It teaches you to accept less than you deserve. Over time, that erosion of self-respect leads to burnout, despair, and disconnection from the very essence of who you are. Don't let that happen. Your well-being is not negotiable. Self-respect means raising your standards, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. It means walking away from situations, relationships, or opportunities that don't honor who you are. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it may feel lonely. But when you let go of what doesn't serve you, you make room for what truly belongs in your life. And trust me, the right people, opportunities, and experiences will find their way to you. They will flow into your life not because you begged for them, but because you created space for them by respecting yourself. This is not about arrogance or entitlement. It's about self-preservation, about honoring the divine worth within you. So, my dear friend, promise me this. Never trade your self-respect for anyone or anything. Not for love, not for success, and certainly not for fleeting approval. At the end of the day, when you lay your head down to rest, it's your reflection you must face. Let that reflection be someone you admire. Someone you're proud of. Someone who stood firm, even when the world tried to shake them. Self-respect is not just a concept, it's a way of life. It's the quiet strength that guides your choices, the inner compass that aligns you with your true path. Guard it fiercely. Protect it as if your life depends on it, because it does. When you honor your worth, the world will rise to meet you. And remember, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you cultivate with yourself. When you cherish that relationship, everything else falls into place. You deserve nothing less. 2. Health. Your health is the most precious gift you have, more valuable than all the accolades, wealth, or recognition you could ever achieve. Yet, too often, it becomes the first thing we sacrifice. Why? Because we live in a world that glorifies the grind, praises sleepless nights, and idolizes the hustle. But let me tell you this, sacrificing your health is never worth it. We've all been there, caught in the relentless whirlwind of life, juggling deadlines, ambitions, and responsibilities. At first, it seems manageable. You skip a meal here, shave off a couple of hours of sleep there, and convince yourself it's just temporary. You tell yourself that as soon as you finish this project, reach this milestone, or check this box, you'll get back to taking care of yourself. But then life happens. That temporary sacrifice becomes a permanent way of living. Before you know it, you're running on fumes, with your body crying out for rest, nourishment, and care, while you ignore the warning signs, thinking it's the price you have to pay to succeed. This mindset is not just dangerous, it's destructive. Somewhere along the way, we've been sold a lie, that to achieve greatness, we must lose a part of ourselves. To be successful, we must endure constant exhaustion, neglect our well-being, and accept stress and burnout as badges of honor. But here's the truth. You cannot give to others or achieve your dreams if you're running on empty. If your body is worn out and your mind is overwhelmed, you're not just cheating yourself, you're shortchanging your loved ones, your work, and your life's purpose. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take a moment to reflect. What is success? Is it merely reaching a goal, crossing a finish line, or acquiring more wealth and recognition? Or is it the ability to savor the fruits of your labor, to enjoy the life you've worked so hard to create? Because if you're too sick, too stressed, or too drained to appreciate it, what's the point? The accolades on your wall and the numbers in your bank account will mean nothing if your body is falling apart or your mind is consumed by anxiety. We live in a society that glamorizes the hustle, equating exhaustion with effort and burnout with ambition. But let's be honest, what kind of life are we building when it costs us our health? The sleepless nights, skipped meals, and constant stress might feel necessary in the moment, but they come at a devastating cost, a cost we often don't realize until it's too late. Think about the people who spend their lives chasing success. They climb the ladder, build their empires, and earn their fortune, but in the process, they neglect their bodies, minds, and relationships. By the time they reach the top, they're often too broken to enjoy the view. Their health is in shambles, their relationships have withered, and the joy they thought awaited them is nowhere to be found. Your health is not just a priority, it's the foundation of everything. It's what allows you to wake up every morning with energy and purpose. It's what fuels your passions, supports your dreams, and sustains your relationships. Without it, nothing else truly matters. And health isn't just about hitting the gym or eating vegetables. It's about your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. We talk so much about physical fitness, yet we ignore the silent battles of stress, anxiety, and burnout. Real strength isn't about powering through the pain or ignoring the warning signs. It's about recognizing when you need to pause, take a step back, and heal. It's about acknowledging your humanity, understanding your limits, and permitting yourself to rest. True courage lies in admitting when you're tired and prioritizing your well-being, even when the world tells you to keep pushing forward. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to need a break. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. And being human means understanding that you can't be everything to everyone if you're nothing to yourself. If you keep burning the candle at both ends, it's not a matter of if your health will catch up with you. It's a matter of when. So, I ask you this. What's the point of reaching your goals if you're too burned out to enjoy them? What's the value of your achievements if you can't share them with the people you love because you've sacrificed your relationships along the way? Success is not about destroying yourself in the process. It's about building a life that nourishes your soul, strengthens your body, and brings you peace. The signs are always there, subtle at first, like whispers you might easily dismiss. Maybe it's the tightness in your shoulders that never seems to ease, the relentless fatigue that greets you even after a full night's rest, or the mental fog that clouds your ability to focus on what truly matters. These aren't just minor inconveniences. They are your body's desperate pleas for attention, signaling that something isn't right. The more you suppress these cries, the louder they become, escalating into challenges that demand your full attention. Ignoring these signs isn't just risky. It's a gamble with your vitality, your joy, and ultimately, your future. Your health is not merely about existing. It's about thriving. It's about waking up every day feeling energized, clear-minded, and ready to embrace the moments that make life worth living. It's about having the strength to pursue your passions, cherish your loved ones, and revel in the beauty of simply being alive. True health is holistic. It requires nurturing not only your physical body but also your mind, heart, and spirit. Each facet of your well-being is interconnected. Neglect one, and the others will inevitably falter. Let's talk about rest, something too many of us treat as optional. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a fundamental necessity. When you deprive yourself of rest, you rob your body of its chance to repair, recharge, and reset. Yet, how often do we wear sleepless nights like a badge of honor, bragging about how much we've achieved on so little rest? This mindset is not only harmful but also unsustainable. Prioritize sleep as you would any other vital task. When you are well rested, you are sharper, more focused, and infinitely more capable of tackling life's demands. And then there's movement, the language of your body's vitality. Your body was designed to move, to stretch, to bend, to thrive in motion. Yet, so often, we confine ourselves to sedentary routines, ignoring the simple truth that inactivity is a slow poison. Exercise doesn't have to mean grueling hours at the gym. It can be as simple as a daily walk, dancing to your favorite song, or stretching while you watch TV. What matters is consistency, the daily act of honoring your body's need for movement. Because every step, every stretch, every deliberate motion is a vote for your long-term well-being. What you fuel your body with is just as crucial. Think about the food you consume, not just as a means to curb hunger but as a gift to your body. Eating nutrient-rich, wholesome foods is an act of love toward yourself. Junk food might be convenient, but it's like filling a high-performance car with cheap, watered-down fuel. Eventually, it catches up with you. Choose to nourish yourself with meals that energize, sustain, and heal. Your body will repay you with strength, resilience, and vitality. But health is not solely physical. It's profoundly emotional and mental. In a world that demands more and more from us, stress often becomes an uninvited companion, slowly eroding our peace. Chronic stress is not just a thief of joy, it's a silent destroyer, impacting your body, your relationships, and your ability to savor life. Learn to recognize when stress is taking hold, and arm yourself with tools to combat it. Meditation, prayer, therapy, or even a heartfelt conversation with someone you trust can be transformative. Don't carry your burdens alone. Reaching out for support is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of courage and self-respect. And while caring for others is noble, it must never come at the expense of your well-being. Too often, we pour ourselves out for everyone around us, leaving nothing left for ourselves. But you can't pour from an empty cup. To truly be there for others, you must first care for yourself. Think of yourself as the engine driving everything in your life. Engines require regular maintenance, oil changes, tune-ups, care. Neglect those, and the engine eventually fails. You are no different. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a warning sign. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. At the end of the day, your health is your greatest treasure. Without it, success, relationships, and even happiness lose their meaning. So, listen to your body, honor your needs, and never compromise your well-being for fleeting achievements or external approval. Because when you take care of yourself, when you truly invest in your health, you're not just adding years to your life. You're adding life to your years. 3. Dreams. Dreams are not just fleeting ideas or aspirations. They are the very essence of what makes life worth living. Never, under any circumstances, should you sacrifice your dreams. This isn't just advice. It's a plea from someone who has seen the devastating effects of dreams abandoned and ambitions crushed. It's deeply personal to me, and I want you to feel this in the depths of your soul. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Too often, I've watched people walk away from their dreams, not because they lacked talent, not because they were incapable, but because someone else planted seeds of doubt in their minds, or because fear whispered lies that they weren't enough. Life, with all its unpredictable twists and relentless challenges, has a way of hitting us when we're most vulnerable. It knocks the wind out of us, pushes us to the brink, and tempts us to give up on what we once held sacred. And in those moments of despair, many people let go of their dreams, feeling as though they have no other choice. But let me ask you this: who else will live your life if not you? Who else will walk the path that was carved out for you, with a purpose so uniquely tied to your name that no one else could ever fulfill it? Who will carry the torch of your dreams if you let it burn out? The truth is, no one will. Your dreams are yours and yours alone, entrusted to you for a reason. They are the seeds of your potential, planted deep in your heart, waiting for you to nurture them with courage, perseverance, and love. To abandon your dreams is to abandon a part of your soul. It's like extinguishing the light that makes you who you are. When you give up on your dreams, you're not just letting go of a goal. You're letting go of the essence of yourself, the part of you that dares to imagine, to create, to believe in something greater. And that is a loss too profound to measure. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big, too bold, or too unrealistic. The world is full of people who will project their fears and limitations onto you. They'll say, be practical, or play it safe. But what they mean is, I'm too afraid to try, so you should be too. Their doubts have nothing to do with your potential and everything to do with their insecurities. Don't let their small-mindedness shrink your vision. Let's be honest. Chasing your dreams will be one of the hardest things you'll ever do. The road will be littered with obstacles, detours, and failures. You'll face rejection, criticism, and moments of crushing self-doubt. There will be nights when you cry yourself to sleep, mornings when getting out of bed feels impossible, and days when giving up seems like the easiest option. But let me tell you something. The hardest roads often lead to the most beautiful destinations. Think about this. Are you willing to live someone else's version of your life? Are you going to let others dictate your choices, your path, and your happiness? Or will you summon the courage to fight for your dreams, no matter how daunting the journey? Because that's what it takes: courage. The courage to believe in yourself when no one else does, the courage to keep going when the odds are stacked against you, and the courage to face your fears head-on. Fear will try to paralyze you, whispering lies that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, and that the risk isn't worth it. But fear is a liar. It magnifies the worst-case scenarios and blinds you to the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. What if, instead of focusing on what could go wrong, you focused on what could go right? What if the life of your dreams is just on the other side of your fears, waiting for you to reach out and claim it? Your dreams were placed in your heart for a reason. They are intertwined with your purpose, your calling, and the unique gifts you were meant to bring into this world. Abandoning them is not just a loss for you. It's a loss for everyone who could have been inspired, touched, or transformed by your courage to pursue them. I won't lie to you. The journey will test you in ways you can't even imagine. But it's in those moments of struggle that you discover who you truly are. It's in the fight for your dreams that you build resilience, strength, and character. Even if the dream doesn't unfold exactly as you envisioned, the person you become in the process is the real victory. Too many people let their dreams die because of fear, failure, or the opinions of others. They settle for mediocrity, trading their potential for a false sense of security. But let me tell you, there is nothing more heartbreaking than looking back on your life and realizing you settled for less than what you were capable of. Don't let that be your story. Fighting for your dreams doesn't mean taking reckless leaps without a plan. It means showing up every single day, taking one step forward no matter how small, and refusing to quit. It's about staying committed when the road gets tough, about believing in yourself even when no one else does. Success isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. And here's the beautiful part. When you pursue your dreams, you're not just doing it for yourself. You're lighting a path for others. You're showing your children, your friends, and your community that it's possible to dream big and achieve greatness. Your courage becomes a beacon of hope, inspiring others to believe in themselves and their potential. So when the world tries to tell you to give up, when fear and doubt try to creep in, stand firm. Remember why you started. Remember that your dreams matter, not just to you, but to everyone who will be touched by your courage. The world needs what only you can bring. In the end, when you stand at the pinnacle of your dreams, looking back at the struggles, the setbacks, and the moments of doubt, you'll realize it was all worth it. You'll see that every tear, every sacrifice, every step was part of a greater journey that led you to where you were always meant to be. You were made to dream big. You were made to live boldly. So go after your dreams with everything you have. Because your life, your joy, and your legacy depend on it. Now, pause for a moment and reflect. What kind of life do you want to lead? Is it a life molded by the opinions of others, bending and shifting to fit into molds that were never meant for you? Or is it a life rooted in authenticity, built on the unshakable foundation of your values? This is a question that life will ask you over and over again. Not in words, but through choices, challenges, and crossroads. The answers you give, not with your voice but with your actions, will define the life you live and the legacy you leave. Let's be honest. There will be moments when staying true to your values feels inconvenient. You'll be faced with decisions where the easiest path, the most tempting option, requires you to betray something fundamental within yourself. It may feel like such a small thing at first, a white lie here, a harmless nod of agreement there. But make no mistake, the erosion of integrity doesn't happen all at once. It happens incrementally, choice by choice, until one day, you wake up and realize you're living a life you no longer recognize. Think about the weight of that realization. The heartbreak of looking at yourself in the mirror and feeling like a stranger. That's the cost of compromising your values. It's not about the opportunities you gain or lose. It's about the person you become, or fail to become. When you sacrifice your principles, you're not just letting go of ideals. You're letting go of the very essence of who you are. This is why knowing your values, truly understanding them and embracing them, is not just important, it's essential. Your values are your compass, your guiding star in a world that often seems determined to pull you off course. Without them, you're adrift, vulnerable to the whims of circumstance and the influence of others. But with them, you have a foundation so strong that even the fiercest storms cannot shake you. Yet living by your values is not always easy. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. There will be times when it feels like you're standing alone, when the world around you seems to be moving in a direction that conflicts with everything you believe in. You'll feel the pressure to conform, the weight of others' expectations pressing down on you. But remember this, integrity is not about convenience. It's about conviction. It's about standing firm even when it feels like the ground beneath you is shifting. Picture this. A situation arises where you're tempted to compromise. a promotion at work, a lucrative deal, a chance to be part of an exclusive circle. All it requires is a small concession, a tiny bending of your principles. In the moment, it might seem harmless. But ask yourself, what is the true cost? Is that opportunity worth the price of your integrity? Because every time you say yes to something that goes against your values, you're saying no to yourself. The truth is that staying true to your values often requires sacrifice. You may lose relationships, opportunities, or recognition. You may feel isolated or misunderstood. But here's the paradox. What you gain is far greater than what you lose. When you live with integrity, you gain peace, a profound, unshakable peace that comes from knowing you're living in alignment with your true self. You gain respect, not just from others, but from yourself. And most importantly, you gain the ability to walk through life with your head held high, knowing that you've stayed true to what matters most. Think of the kind of strength this requires. It's not the loud, aggressive strength we often associate with power. It's a quiet, resolute strength, the kind that doesn't waver in the face of adversity. It's the strength of someone who knows who they are and refuses to compromise, no matter the cost. This kind of strength is rare, and it's one of the most admirable qualities a person can possess. Now, let's talk about the role of others in this journey. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your ability to stay true to your values. If you're constantly around individuals who pressure you to compromise, who dismiss or belittle your principles, it becomes infinitely harder to hold your ground. This is why it's so important to choose your circle carefully. Seek out those who uplift you, who challenge you to be better, but who also respect your boundaries and honor your values. These are the people who will stand by you when the world tries to pull you apart, who will remind you of your worth when you're tempted to forget it. And what about those who don't respect your values? What about the relationships that feel like a constant tug of war, where you're always being asked to give more, to compromise more, to be less of yourself? It's a hard truth, but sometimes the best thing you can do is let go. Walking away from relationships that no longer serve you is not a failure. It's an act of self-respect. It's a declaration that your values and your peace are non-negotiable. In this noisy, chaotic world, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We're bombarded with messages telling us that success is about wealth, status, or popularity. But at the end of the day, when the noise fades and the distractions disappear, what matters is how you feel about the life you've lived. Can you look yourself in the eye and say, "I stayed true to myself"? That's the measure of a life well lived. Never let anyone tell you that holding on to your values is a weakness. It's the exact opposite. It's a sign of incredible strength, a testament to your character. The world needs more people who are willing to stand firm in their beliefs, who choose integrity over convenience, and who live not for the approval of others but for the peace of their hearts. And here's the most beautiful part. When you live with integrity, you inspire others to do the same. Your unwavering commitment to your values becomes a beacon, showing others that it's possible to live authentically, even in a world that often seems to reward compromise. Your life becomes a testament to the power of staying true to who you are. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So, I urge you to hold on to your values with everything you have. Protect them fiercely, for they are the essence of who you are. Let them guide your decisions, shape your relationships, and define your path. When you stand firm in your principles, you not only honor yourself, you create a life of depth, meaning, and fulfillment, a life that is truly your own. Let this be your legacy, a life lived with integrity, a life that inspires others to find their strength, and a life that, at its core, is a reflection of the person you were always meant to be. Stand tall, hold firm, and never let go of what matters most. 4. Happiness. The fifth, and perhaps most vital, thing you should never sacrifice is your happiness. It is the essence of your existence, the compass that should guide your choices, and the flame that keeps your spirit alive. Yet, in a world that glorifies endless hustle and treats busyness as a badge of honor, happiness often becomes the first casualty. We live in a society that tells us to chase success at all costs, to work harder, to push further, and to grind endlessly. We hear tales of sleepless nights, packed schedules, and people who sacrifice their well-being in the name of ambition. And while resilience and hard work have their place, let me ask you this. What good is success if it robs you of joy? What is the point of scaling the tallest mountain if, at the summit, you find yourself empty, lonely, and disconnected? Happiness is not a frivolous desire or an indulgent luxury. It is a necessity. It is the foundation upon which a meaningful life is built. Without it, all the achievements, accolades, and material possessions in the world lose their sparkle. And yet, too many people trade their happiness for someone else's version of success. They stay in relationships that leave them feeling unseen and unloved. They toil in jobs that suffocate their creativity and purpose. They pursue goals that no longer resonate with who they truly are, simply because they've been told it's the right thing to do. But let me tell you this, life is far too short to live according to someone else's script. You were not put on this earth to live a life of quiet dissatisfaction. You deserve more. You deserve mornings where you wake up feeling light, energized, and excited for the day ahead. You deserve work that fuels your passions and relationships that nourish your soul. You deserve laughter that echoes through your heart and peace that blankets your mind. Choosing happiness is not selfish. It is necessary. And let me say this loud and clear. No matter your age, your circumstances, or your past, you have every right to claim happiness as your own. If you're 20, 50, 80, or beyond, you deserve to experience joy. Never let anyone diminish that or make you feel guilty for prioritizing your peace. Yes, life can be challenging. There will be days when the storm clouds gather, when the weight of the world feels unbearable, and when the light at the end of the tunnel seems impossibly far away. But even in those moments, your happiness must remain a priority. Happiness is not something that happens by chance. It is something you fight for, something you choose. It often requires courage, the courage to make uncomfortable decisions, stand up for your needs, and walk away from situations that no longer serve you. Protecting your happiness means setting boundaries, even when others don't understand them. It means walking away from toxic relationships, leaving draining jobs, and saying no to anything that compromises your well-being. We've been conditioned to think that happiness is something we earn, a reward for hard work and sacrifice. We're told that we must climb the ladder, achieve the title, and secure the income before we can be happy. But that is a lie, a cruel one. Happiness is not the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It is not reserved for those who check all the boxes. Happiness is available to you here and now. It doesn't require permission or validation. It doesn't hinge on success, money, or status. Happiness is found in the quiet, ordinary moments of life, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of laughter shared with a loved one, the peace of a quiet evening with your thoughts. I've seen people who have everything, money, fame, influence, but who are utterly miserable. They traded their happiness for what they thought they wanted, only to realize too late that the pursuit of external success left them hollow inside. Happiness isn't something you can buy, borrow, or chase. It's something you cultivate within yourself. It's the result of living in alignment with your values, honoring your needs, and embracing what truly matters to you. And here's the truth that may be hard to hear. No one will do this for you. No one will fight for your happiness as fiercely as you can. It's your responsibility to prioritize your well-being and protect your joy. This might mean making difficult choices, choices that others don't understand. It might mean walking away from people, jobs, or commitments that no longer serve you. It might mean saying no when you're used to saying yes. But these choices, as challenging as they are acts of self-respect. Protecting your happiness doesn't mean life will always be easy. It doesn't mean you won't face struggles or sacrifices. But it does mean living with integrity, honoring yourself enough to pursue what brings you joy and letting go of what doesn't. When you lay your head on your pillow at night, when you look in the mirror, can you say with certainty that you are happy? Can you say that the choices you've made honor your peace and your purpose? If the answer is no, then something needs to change. And that change begins with you. Your happiness is not a frivolous dream. It is the heartbeat of a meaningful life. Fight for it. Choose it. Nurture it. Because at the end of the day, your happiness isn't just about you. It radiates out into the world, touching the lives of those around you. A life lived in joy is a gift not only to yourself but to everyone who knows you. So let today be the day you choose happiness. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. You are worth it. You always have been. I understand the weight you carry, the silent struggles you face, and the endless responsibilities that seem to press on your shoulders every single day. You have people who count on you. Your family, your loved ones, maybe even your colleagues or community. There are bills to pay, deadlines to meet, and dreams you've put on hold because there's always something more urgent demanding your attention. I see you, and I want you to know that your efforts don't go unnoticed. But here's the thing, while life's responsibilities are inevitable, they should never come at the cost of your happiness, your peace, or the essence of who you are. There's a profound difference between living a life of purpose and running yourself into the ground. There's a difference between striving for success and sacrificing your joy in the process. Somewhere along the way, many of us were led to believe that hard work must always come with suffering and that achieving our goals requires sacrificing everything, including ourselves. But what if that narrative isn't true? What if you could work hard, fulfill your obligations, and still nurture your soul? What if you could chase your dreams without losing your sense of peace? The truth is, you can. It all comes down to the choices you make every single day. Have you stopped to reflect on where your energy is going? Who and what are you pouring yourself into? Are these people and pursuits pouring back into you, or are they slowly depleting your light? Happiness, my friend, is not something you stumble upon. It's not something handed to you when you've done enough. It's a daily commitment, a practice, and a mindset. It's something you must actively create, nurture, and protect. And let me tell you this, it's fragile. If you don't protect it, it can slip away, piece by piece, moment by moment, until one day you look around and realize you've forgotten what it feels like to truly be happy. And yet, how often do we hesitate to prioritize our happiness because we fear being labeled as selfish? How many of us have been conditioned to believe that putting ourselves first is a sign of weakness, arrogance, or neglecting others? It's a lie we've been told, a narrative that's robbed too many of us of our peace. Because here's the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot care for others, your family, your friends, your community, if you're running on fumes. You cannot give love, energy, or attention when you've neglected to care for yourself. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's essential. It's the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. When you fill your cup, when you nurture your body, mind, and soul, you're not just serving yourself. You're creating a wellspring of energy, love, and positivity that spills over into every area of your life. You're showing up as your best self, for the people and the things that matter most. And happiness. It's not just about fleeting moments of joy or surface-level pleasures. It's about alignment. It's about living a life that reflects your values, your purpose, and your truth. It's about waking up each morning with a sense of peace, knowing that the choices you're making honor who you truly are. When you live in alignment with your soul, happiness isn't something you chase, it's something that naturally flows from within you. But how often do we let the opinions of others rob us of that peace? How often do we let guilt, fear, or societal expectations hold us back from choosing ourselves? Don't let anyone diminish your worth. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for protecting your joy, your time, or your energy. You deserve to be happy, not because of what you've achieved or who you've pleased, but simply because you exist. Your happiness matters. Your peace matters. And if that means making difficult choices, walking away from toxic relationships, saying no to demands that drain you, or setting boundaries that others don't understand, then so be it. Your well-being is worth it. You are worth it. And let me remind you of this, happiness is not a destination. It's not something you'll finally reach after ticking off a list of accomplishments or achieving some grand milestone. It's a journey, a practice, a way of life. It's the small moments, the quiet mornings with your favorite cup of tea, the laughter shared with a friend, the satisfaction of a day well lived. It's the way you choose to show up for yourself every single day. It's the decisions you make, the energy you cultivate, and the boundaries you set. Guard your happiness like the treasure it is. Protect it fiercely, because when all is said and done, it's not the accolades, the titles, or the material possessions that will fill your heart. It's the peace you carry within you, the love you've shared, and the memories of a life lived authentically and joyfully. You have the power to shape your life. You have the power to decide how your story unfolds. So choose wisely. Choose joy, even when it's hard. Choose peace, even when it means letting go of things that no longer serve you. Choose yourself. Not because you're turning your back on others, but because when you nurture your soul, you create a ripple effect of love, kindness, and positivity that touches everyone around you. Life is fleeting. The days move faster than we realize, and before we know it, years have passed. Don't wait for the right time to start prioritizing your happiness. Don't wait until you've checked every box on someone else's list of expectations. Start now. Start today. Take small steps, make mindful choices, and remind yourself every single day that your happiness matters. Because at the end of the journey, when you look back on your life, what will matter most won't be the accolades or the accomplishments. It'll be the love you gave, the peace you felt, and the joy you cultivated. So live boldly, love deeply, protect your happiness fiercely. And most of all, remember this: you are worthy of a life that brings you joy. You are worthy of a life that feels good in your heart, aligns with your soul, and reflects the beautiful, unique person you are. Choose happiness. Choose peace. Choose you. Life is too precious to live any other way. 5. Values. There are 5 fundamental elements in life that you must fiercely protect. Elements so vital that surrendering them would mean losing the essence of who you are. These are your self-respect, your health, your dreams, your values, and your happiness. These are not just aspects of life. They are the immovable pillars that hold up the architecture of your existence. They define your purpose, keep you grounded, and act as your moral compass through the ever-changing tides of life. They are what make you, the soul behind the eyes, the strength in the heart, and the vision that propels you forward. To sacrifice these sacred components for someone else's approval, for temporary comfort, or the allure of external rewards, is to compromise the very foundation of your being. Doing so leaves you adrift, vulnerable, and disconnected from your true self. Let this be your unwavering truth. No relationship, no career, no fleeting moments of success, and no amount of societal validation is worth losing these essential parts of yourself. The cost of such sacrifices is far greater than you might initially realize, and the scars they leave can run deep. Your self-respect is your shield, the unyielding armor that allows you to face the world with dignity and confidence. It is the quiet power that enables you to say no when your boundaries are being crossed and to stand tall even in the face of criticism or rejection. Without self-respect, you lose the ability to advocate for yourself, and life becomes a series of compromises that erode your identity. Your health, both physical and mental, is the vessel that carries you through life's journey. It is the cornerstone of everything you do and everything you experience. When you neglect your health for the sake of others or transient goals, you jeopardize not only your well-being but also your capacity to live life fully. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Your dreams are the fire within, the ambitions that light your path even on the darkest days. They are the whispers of your soul, calling you toward something greater, something uniquely your own. Letting go of your dreams for the sake of convenience or fear of failure is akin to extinguishing your inner flame. Your values, those deeply held beliefs that guide your decisions and define your sense of right and wrong, are the compass that keeps you true to yourself. They are the roots that ground you, giving you stability and direction even when the winds of life howl and the storms rage. Finally, your happiness is the ultimate measure of a life well lived. It's not the fleeting pleasure of material possessions or external accolades, but the deep, abiding contentment that comes from living authentically, aligned with your truest self. When you prioritize these pillars, you are not being selfish. You are honoring the sacred duty to protect what is most precious. It is an act of courage to say, I matter. My dreams matter. My well-being matters. It is a declaration of self-worth, a refusal to let the world diminish your light. Conversely, when you compromise these elements, when you trade your happiness for someone else's expectations or your values for societal pressure, you risk losing not just pieces of yourself but the very essence of your being. And once lost, these things can be incredibly difficult to reclaim. Life is too fleeting to betray these pillars. Every moment you live out of alignment with your values, every day you spend chasing someone else's version of happiness is a day you'll never get back. So stand firm. Make a vow to yourself, right here and now. Never let go of these 5 essential elements. Protect them as if your life depends on it, because, in many ways, it does. When you hold on to them, you will discover a profound sense of peace, a joy that is not tied to circumstances, and a fulfillment that no external achievement can provide. But life is not just about protecting what's yours. It's also about sharing what you've learned. Especially as you grow older, These values often take on new dimensions, becoming not just personal treasures but gifts you can offer to the world. Older adults carry a wealth of wisdom, a treasure trove of insights earned through years of challenges, triumphs, heartbreaks, and joys. Sharing this wisdom with others, particularly with younger generations, is one of the most meaningful ways to contribute to the world. It is not an act of sacrifice but one of abundance. Imagine the profound impact you can have when you pass on the lessons of resilience, self-respect, and authenticity to someone who is struggling to find their way. Your stories, those rich, layered tales of your childhood, your adventures, your mistakes, and your triumphs, are gifts that can inspire, comfort, and guide others. They create bridges between generations, fostering understanding and connection. Sharing your wisdom does more than benefit others. It enriches your own life. It allows you to reflect on how far you've come, to see the value in your journey, and to take pride in the legacy you're leaving behind. And the act of storytelling, the laughter, the tears, the moments of quiet reflection, brings joy not only to the listener but also to you, the storyteller. It is a reminder that your life, with all its complexities and contradictions, has meaning beyond measure. In these acts of sharing, you also reinforce your values. By teaching others the importance of self-respect, health, dreams, values, and happiness, you strengthen your commitment to these principles in your own life. It becomes a cycle of giving and receiving, of growth and gratitude. So protect your pillars fiercely, but don't hoard their lessons. Share them freely, generously, and joyfully. In doing so, you honor not just yourself but the interconnectedness of all human experiences. You become a beacon of hope and wisdom, lighting the way for others while deepening your sense of purpose. This is the essence of a life well lived, holding to what matters most while uplifting others along the way. Telling these stories isn't just about sharing memories. It's about weaving a tapestry of life that connects the past, present, and future in a profoundly meaningful way. Every tale told, every moment recalled, is an opportunity to embrace the beauty of what has been while savoring the richness of the now. It's not a sacrifice. It's a privilege. These stories serve as bridges between generations, carrying the wisdom, triumphs, heartaches, and joys of a lifetime into the hearts and minds of those who listen. They preserve the colorful essence of life, turning fleeting moments into enduring legacies that resonate across time. There is a quiet, powerful beauty in the time and attention older adults offer to those around them. In a world that often feels consumed by haste and distractions, their ability to be present is a rare and invaluable gift. Freed from the obligations that once consumed their younger years, many older adults discover the profound satisfaction of connecting with others. Whether through volunteering at a community center, mentoring a young person eager for guidance, or simply sitting with someone and truly listening to their story, they offer something deeply transformative: the gift of presence. This generosity of spirit isn't draining, it's replenishing. It strengthens the bonds of family and friendship, builds resilient communities, and brings unparalleled joy to both the giver and the receiver. Far from depleting their energy, the act of being present enriches their own lives, offering a renewed sense of purpose and belonging. It's not a sacrifice to give time to others. It's a deeply meaningful way to contribute to a world that often forgets the power of undivided attention. By sharing their time, older adults remind us all of the sacredness of human connection. The skills and talents older adults share with the world are treasures that bring light and inspiration to those fortunate enough to witness them. A love for gardening transforms a patch of land into a sanctuary of growth and renewal. The gentle notes of a musician's instrument fill the air with emotion, transcending words and touching souls. The aroma of a cherished recipe, passed down through generations, evokes memories of warmth and togetherness. A painter's brush captures the beauty of life's nuances, turning moments into masterpieces. These talents are not just personal hobbies. They are gifts that ripple outward, bringing joy, fostering creativity, and building bridges between people of all ages. Sharing these passions isn't about sacrifice. It's about expansion. It's about doing what they love while inviting others into the joy of creation. Whether teaching a grandchild to bake, leading a community art class, or simply sharing their creations with friends and neighbors, older adults find fulfillment in knowing that their talents inspire and connect. They remain engaged, active, and involved, living proof that passion and creativity are ageless. By sharing their skills, they ensure that their legacies endure, enriching the lives of others and keeping their spirits vibrant. And then there is love, the most profound gift of all, the one that defines and elevates the human experience. Older adults possess a unique capacity for love, shaped by years of experience, wisdom, and understanding. This love is not conditional or transactional. It is boundless, selfless, and deeply compassionate. It is found in the smallest gestures: a kind word to a struggling friend, a warm embrace for a grandchild, a patient ear for someone who needs to be heard. These acts of love create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond the moment, touching lives in ways that are often unseen but always deeply felt. Love is not about giving something up. It's about giving freely, without expectation, and in doing so, experiencing the fullness of life. When older adults share their love, they not only brighten the lives of others but also nourish their hearts. This is the kind of love that transcends age and circumstance, that brings meaning and joy to every interaction. It requires nothing but an open heart and a willingness to give, and in return, it offers boundless fulfillment and happiness. As the years pass, it becomes increasingly vital to hold on to the things that give life its purpose and vibrancy. Aging brings change, and with it, the need to focus on what truly matters. There are 5 things that no one should ever sacrifice, no matter the circumstances: self-respect, health, dreams, values, and happiness. These pillars form the foundation of a life well lived, and protecting them is essential to maintaining a sense of identity, fulfillment, and joy. Self-respect is the cornerstone of personal dignity. It is the inner compass that guides decisions, ensures boundaries, and affirms one's worth. Without it, we lose sight of who we are and what we stand for. Protecting self-respect means standing firm in one's beliefs and refusing to compromise on what is right. Health is the vessel through which we experience life's joys and challenges. Physical, mental, and emotional well-being are not luxuries, they are necessities. Prioritizing health allows us to pursue passions, connect with others, and fully engage with the world around us. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 5 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Dreams are the lights that guide us forward, even in the later chapters of life. They remind us that no matter our age, there is always room for growth, achievement, and discovery. Dreams give life direction and meaning, encouraging us to keep striving for the extraordinary. Values serve as the moral compass that steers us through life's complexities. They are the principles that define our character and help us navigate challenges with integrity and grace. Upholding one's values ensures that we live authentically and honorably. Happiness is the essence of a life well lived. It is not a fleeting emotion but a profound state of being that arises when we align our lives with our deepest desires and truths. Protecting happiness means embracing joy wherever it is found and nurturing the relationships, activities, and experiences that bring fulfillment. Older adults exemplify the wisdom of living intentionally, safeguarding these vital aspects of life while embracing the joys of giving and connecting. Their ability to share their time, talents, love, and wisdom is a testament to the richness of the human spirit. They remind us all that life is not about what we sacrifice but about what we create, nurture, and give. By holding on to what truly matters, they not only live vibrant and meaningful lives but also inspire others to do the same. In the end, the legacy of older adults is not just in what they leave behind but in how they live each day, with purpose, love, and an unwavering commitment to what makes life beautiful. Through their actions, they teach us that every stage of life is an opportunity to grow, contribute, and find joy in the simple yet profound act of being human. As we reflect on the wisdom and beauty of what we've just explored, it's clear that life's greatest treasures are found in the stories we tell, the love we share, and the values we hold dear. Now, we want to hear from you. What have you learned from this discussion? Is there one idea, one value, or one practice that resonated with you the most? Take a moment to reflect and share it with us in the comments below. What is one thing you'll take from this and bring into your own life starting today? Your insights and reflections are what make this space a community, a place where we all grow together. So, let's start that conversation below. If you enjoyed this video and found it meaningful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue bringing you content that inspires and enriches. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and we can't wait to hear from you.